Today, we're diving into a quest that, honestly, every single one of us is on, whether we even realize it or not. We're going to get into the big ideas from Dr. Mohamed Buheji's book, The Search for Inspirers, which is basically a roadmap for the universal human journey to find and maybe even become a source of real inspiration.
You know that feeling, right? That itch you can't scratch, that search for something, a purpose that really gets you out of bed in the morning. A spark to turn all that potential you have into actual action. So the big question is, how do we find it? Well, let's dive in.
Okay, first things first. Before we go looking for something, we kind of need to know what it is. So what is this powerful force we call inspiration anyway?
Now, what's really cool about this definition from the book is that it completely flips the script. Inspiration isn't some passive lightning strike from the heavens. No, it's an active state of interaction. It's a process where we wake up, become more aware, more creative, and actually capable of bringing real value into the world. You see, it's something we do, not just something that happens to us.
And here's the best part, the most crucial point, really. This isn't some exclusive club for geniuses or famous artists. The book makes it super clear that inspiration is a fundamental human potential. It's like a seed planted in every single one of us, just waiting for the right conditions to grow.
To really get what this means, let's compare being inspired with just being talented. Okay, so a talented person might be brilliant, right? They can analyze things, connect ideas, remember all the facts. But the inspired person, they do something more. They're looking forward. They create new paths where there weren't any before, and this is key. They have the persistence to turn a wild idea into reality. Think of it this way. Talent is a tool, but inspiration is the engine that makes it go.
All right, so if we all have this potential, where does it actually come from? Let's go on a hunt for the real-world sources of this incredible force.
And the book is really clear on this. We don't just sit around and wait for inspiration to find us. It's something that's cultivated. It grows in the soil of our experiences, and more often than not, it's forged in the fire of our biggest challenges.
And to see what this looks like in the real world, let's talk about one of the most prolific inventors in history, Thomas Edison. His story is probably not what you think. Can you believe he was actually kicked out of school for being slow? Just imagine that. But his mother, she refused to accept that label. She took him home, she nurtured his curiosity, and she made him feel like he was the most important person in the world. Her belief in him became his ultimate source of inspiration.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? His world-changing drive didn't pop out of a flash of genius. It came from a deeply human connection. It was the desire not to let down the one person who truly believed in him. Now that is a profound source of power.
And this whole process isn't just something from the history books. For a more modern example, just look at Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. His journey was absolutely forged in failure. Just look at this path. He failed his university entrance exam not once, but twice. He ended up teaching English for just $12 a month. I mean, most people would have just given up. But for Jack Ma, these weren't dead ends. They were fuel. Every single rejection just strengthened his resolve. And that persistence is what ultimately led him to discover the internet and build Alibaba from the ground up.
So we've seen where inspiration comes from relationships, challenges, persistence. But how does it actually work, inside our own heads? Let's break down the mechanics of it. So the book presents inspiration as a cumulative process. It's not a single event. It's a series of steps that build on each other. It's kind of like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small with observation and new ideas, but as it keeps rolling, it picks up speed and motivation until it becomes this unstoppable force.
And we can break that whole process down into 3 clear stages. It all starts with just being present, truly observing the world around you. Then it's about directing your thoughts, being humble enough to let new ideas in and really focus your mind. And finally, you take that motivation and you use it, you exploit it, to imagine a new future and build the will to make it happen. It's a skill you can actually practice.
Now, the crucial thing to get here is that this isn't just happening in one part of your brain. True, powerful inspiration ignites an interaction between our logical, our emotional, and our creative ways of thinking. They all start working together in harmony. It's this synergy, often sparked by a challenge and a lot of repetition, that leads to that aha breakthrough moment.
Okay, so we've covered the what, the where, and the how. But that leaves the biggest question of all. So what? Why does any of this actually matter beyond just our own personal lives? Because this journey we're on is about so much more than just individual achievement. The ripple effects of inspiration are absolutely enormous.
Inspired people don't just build companies, they build cultures, they build progress, they build nations. That same persistence that was forged in failure for Edison and Ma, when you multiply that across an entire society, it becomes the very foundation of progress.
The book uses this incredible proverb to make the point. You can build the greatest physical structures in the world, right? Like the Great Wall of China. But if you forget to invest in the people, the inspired, motivated, and vigilant guards, well, your defenses are basically worthless. A nation's true strength isn't its walls, it's its inspired people.
And this all leads to the author's really big idea, the inspiration economy. This is a vision for a future where progress is driven not just by knowledge or technology, but by that inspired human spirit that fuels all the real innovation and social progress. It's an economy built not on what we can dig out of the ground, but on the creativity and resilience inside of us.
So, what starts out as a deeply personal search for a spark, for a little bit of meaning, can ultimately become a massive global economic and social force. It's a journey from the individual to the collective, from one single person's idea to a worldwide movement.
Which, of course, brings us right back to where we started. You. We've looked at the map, we've seen the destination. Now the only question that really matters is the one right here on the screen. Knowing what you know now, what is the first step you're going to take on your journey?